With rumors swarming around potential signings to Saudi CS2 org Falcons, potentially millions of dollars are up for grabs for any select player willing to make the jump. But G2 has drawn a line in the sand. Their star AWPer is not for sale, no matter the price tag. Before we get into today's video, I just want to let you know that we got new merch, just like this shirt.
Guess what, folks? Our Touchgrass hoodies did so well that the suits are actually letting us make even more dumb gamer-inspired shit. Like our new Bader zip-up hoodies, made for all the real blue-collar workers out there. Perfect for any environment, whether it's catching fish, hanging your teammates out to dry, or just tugging on your... Or how about our inspiring new Onward and Forward tee? The ideal shirt for the sweatiest of gamers so that you can slam the W key with zero resistance and little to no chafing. Teammates don't like it? Fuck them. Ruin everyone's night. Oh, and yeah, we got these blue esports tees. I forgot we made these. Yeah, they're definitely blue and they say esports. Game in style and comfort with theScore Esports Drop 2 available now.
If you like the sound of that, and I know you did, check the link in the description below to find out more. With Counter-Strike 2's first LAN out of the way, we aren't just experiencing roster mania 2023. It's been full-on Armageddon. I don't even know where to start. Cadian was benched from the team that he captained. Then it turned out he was actually betrayed by his own comrades, who now want to leave and join Astralis, forcing Cadian back to play one last tournament with the team he was just benched from. With FaZe Clan being sold, the entire roster is now up in the air, with a very real chance of Twist coming back to Liquid to save North America. And Simple has been replaced by Wonderful on Na'Vi and will be taking an indefinite break from competitive CS2. And I can't play a single ranked match past 9 p.m. without facing blatant full rage hackers. Okay, that one isn't connected, but the point is, a lot of shit has happened in like the span of less than 2 weeks. And if you're already overwhelmed, strap in, because we haven't even talked about Falcons yet. Team Falcons is a Saudi Arabian esports org that joined CS back in 2021. They gained notoriety when they signed an in-limbo m0NESY along with some other OG Frenchmen like NBK and Body. But m0NESY is now a content creator, and the team generally hasn't done shit, so why are they so relevant all of a sudden? Well, money. It's no secret that over the last few years, Saudi money has been flooding into traditional sports and esports. Over the last 2 years, in Counter-Strike alone, the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund and its associated companies have purchased ESL, FACEIT, and held one of the game's largest prize pool tournaments in the country's capital. And most recently, this Falcons team has made some not-so-secret bids to buy some of the game's biggest stars for millions of dollars to form this super team. The likes of Nico, Device, Twist, and m0NESY have been just some of the names churned out of the rumor mill. But these became a lot more than just rumors when the org announced that they were signing both Zonic and Lars Robel, the now former coach and sports psychologist of Vitality. Behind the scenes, there are even substantial reports that Falcons are already close to taking Magisk from Vitality as well, making names like Nico seem less crazy. That being said, there is at least one name that has been entirely removed from the current conversation: m0NESY. As I said, the 18-year-old star AWPer for G2 was supposedly one of the top prospects for this new Falcons team. However, in an interview with HLTV about the rumors, G2's general manager said this: "We are not looking to sell him at any price since we are not in need. That's what we already told the teams that asked us about him." Now, this is very interesting for a whole bunch of reasons. For starters, with his wording, it seems like there are multiple teams that are interested in buying m0NESY. Not too surprising given the kid is nasty, but it could be that this message is not so subtly being aimed at Falcons. But what's most important is that m0NESY doesn't have a price tag. Tons of people online were calling this a bluff by G2 in order to get even more money out of Falcons, but if you were to take it at face value, it means that G2 aren't looking for an easy payout, but long-term success in esports. In case you haven't noticed, esports isn't doing too hot right now. G2 might be one of the more profitable orgs out there, but nothing is certain anymore. So passing up what could be a multi-million-dollar deal is no small decision, which makes me wonder if the saying is true. Does everyone have a price? Well, when it comes to G2's other star player, Nico, that remains up in the air. In the same interview, when asked about Nico, the GM didn't take nearly as strong of a stance, saying this: "Nico is one of the greatest players who has ever touched the game we love and live, and it would be extremely difficult to replace him one-to-one." Many online are reading into this vague statement as G2 suggesting that, unlike m0NESY, Nico does have a price tag. And I can see this being a reality. Listen, Nico is a fantastic player, but this roster has not been producing at the level they're expected to be. If you think about it, G2 could easily build a new team around their young star AWPer, especially if they get millions from selling off Nico. That being said, it's important to know that making a deal with a team like Falcons isn't as easy as just accepting a check. There's a lot of baggage that comes with taking Saudi money. You see, there are a lot of complicated reasons as to why Saudi Arabia has been investing so much money into esports recently. And while some generally view it as the royal family's continued efforts to try and diversify the nation's economy, others call it sports washing. The idea that Saudi Arabia is attempting to clean their image or distract from human rights issues by investing billions of dollars into traditionally Western entertainment. It's hard to criticize a country's ethics when you're actively taking money from them or visiting their capital for events. I'm not here to give my opinion on how much of either is true, or even whether or not the orgs and players in questions even give a shit. But it's important to know that accepting this kind of money comes with its own negative press. But that question keeps popping back up. Does everyone have a price tag? Listen, Falcons want to make a super team, and I have no doubt in my mind they're going to make that happen. So when the dust of roster mania finally settles, what is that team actually going to look like? And who's going to watch them? I think people will watch them, but it's just like with esports, there's so much like context of like where the team is from. Regions are important, right? People care where the players are from and what countries they represent. But it's just like if it's Saudi Arabia, like the fan base isn't really popping out of there. Do we care just about the players' names themselves? I don't think so.